Hello team, welcome to Performance Testing Live Training, Day 2 session. Let's see today's agenda. We will go through Day 1 review, Performance Testing phase and Q&A. So team, whatever questions you have, just note it and we will discuss at the end of the session. So in Day 1, we have gone through Performance Testing Introduction, types of performance testing like load testing, stress testing, endurance testing, spike testing, and we have gone through each of this definition and what and when they are actually performed. Okay, and why performance testing is necessary. We have seen why should we do performance testing. Now today we will go through performance testing phase. So team, each and every type of testing has a phase. We will see what it is. Okay, I will just open the Word, Microsoft Word. Give me a moment. So if anyone has any questions in day 1, please note it down. We will discuss at the end. Okay, whatever queries you have for the day 1. So now we will go through the performance testing phase. So team, whenever we begin any project, we need to know in detail about the application. Not that much in detail that we go through in the manual testing, like the functionality, the domain knowledge. No, it's not required much in detail, but this is from the different perspective. So we will see each of this. So first of all, performance. I will just increase the font. Okay. Okay. Performance testing phase. So first we will do requirement gathering. Then once we do requirement gathering, gathering about the application that we are going to do performance testing. So all information related to that. So I will just mention it. Gathering information related to the application for which we are doing performance testing. Okay. Then next is test planning. So team, once we gather information about the application, we put it in a document. So that is known as test plan. So whatever information is gathered, we put it in a test plan. So we will see there are default templates that I have prepared for requirement gathering as well as the test planning. So we will go through according to the application we have taken. Here, as you all of know, we have taken the application as for practicing, that is Web2s. So it is a flight booking application. Okay, so I will just delete this off. So first is requirement gathering, test planning. So once this is done, we have put information in a document, and once it is signed off by the client, this particular document test plan needs to be signed off between the client. So you can say it's an agreement between you and the client that you are going to perform this activity for this project during this particular duration. Okay, so that comes under the test planning. Once planning is done, once we have identified all the scenarios, critical scenarios for the business, then you can proceed with scripting. That is, you can create VUser script. So that is done through a component called VUGen. So we will see, like, once this performance testing phase is over, we will see the load runner components one by one in detail. Okay. So VUGen is mainly used for scripting purpose. Also, we will go through, team, like, once this phase is done, performance testing phase, we will go through the performance testing terms used. Like, we say VUser, then response time. What does it mean? So we will go through each of them, the important terms, after this particular thing is done. Okay, once now we do the scripting, we optimize the script in Vuegen, we define scenario. Okay, define scenario means whatever type of performance testing we have identified, we execute those through controller. Okay, so that is the another component of load runner. So controller is mainly used to define scenarios, run the scenarios. Okay, once we define the scenario, we do the execution of the scenarios, or you can say run the scenarios. Okay, execution or run the scenarios. Excuse me. So again, this is done by controller component of load runner. Okay, so once we do the execution, we need to analyze the results, right? So after execution, we do the analysis, or we analyze the results. Now that is done through analysis component, okay, of the load runner. So like whatever executions we do, the results will be available, offline results, you can say. Offline results will be available in the analysis component. There you can analyze your results and then prepare the report. So whatever statistic data you have in the analysis, you can put it down either in a graphical format or statistic and then prepare a report. So you can either prepare a report, HTML report is there, that is the default one, like you can generate it, or the Word report. This also can be generated and some more extra information can be documented in this particular thing. Okay, so these are the performance testing phases. I will just repeat: requirement gathering, test planning, create VUser script, define scenario, execution or run the scenario, and analyze the results. So these are the performance testing phase. of like any particular project, you can say. Like whenever a new project comes out, we do this kind of, all this we execute, or you can say we follow all this performance testing phase. Okay, so I will just open the default template that we are going to go through for the requirement gathering phase. Because what happens, team, like whenever a project comes, we need to understand our application. Okay, because we are not knowing anything in terms of say performance testing perspective. So we should understand, we should ask questions to the client. So I will just open the application first, Web2's application, and also the default template. Okay, so before, as you know, that as this is a default application provided by the load runner, we need to start the web server. Okay, first of all, for other application you don't need to do that, but as it is a default application, you need to do this. Okay, excuse me. So I will just search for web2, say. You can see here start HP Web2 server. I will just start it. Okay. 192, 168, 16. Just a second. Okay. Here you can see the URL, the IP address has been changed. Instead of 192.168.0.104, it's 1.6. Okay. So you can just change it here. Okay. And I will just open the requirement gathering document. So you can see this is the default template. It will differ, it might differ from different organization, but the type of questions that we ask to the client will somewhat remain same. Okay, so just for your understanding, like how it goes. So this is performance engineering requirement gathering template, you can say. uh, we include document control part, like who is the author or owner who has reviewed the particular document, and just the sign. We can see here the signature, name and designation. Okay, now what is the purpose of this document? So this document helps us to identify the scope of the performance load testing. Based on the responses received and discussion with the client, complete scope of the project will be defined. Okay, please provide all the required information in detail. If needed, attach the reference documentation. Excuse me. You can specify here the project name and the project description. Okay, just a second. I think this is okay. The questions are not here. Just a second. Give me a minute, okay? Team. I will just open the template. Just give me a minute. Hello, are you able to hear me? No, I told you just give me a minute. So you were not able to hear me. Okay, okay, great. I'm just opening that particular template as it has no questions, so I had to get the another template. Just give me a minute, team. Sorry. Okay. Now, are you able to hear me and see the screen? Okay, thank you. So, this is the template that we are going to go. We have gone through the document control, purpose. So you can see general requirement. Questions are there. Okay. So we will go through according to the application we will be using for the performance testing. Okay. So first of all, here, this is the WebTools application. We are not knowing anything about this particular application. So first of all, we will think of this particular application. I will just note the questions. Then if we have anything, I will just go through that particular template. Okay. So we will first go through. Okay. Now requirement gathering, I can just mention for WebTools application. Okay. Now we will ask for like general requirement questions. Okay. What is the user load? WebTools. For WebTools we need to test. Okay. So this will be provided by the client response. So I will just open that document. We will just go through the questions and then we can relate to the WebTools application. Objective of performance testing. Okay. So why we are doing performance testing of this particular application? Okay. So either it's a new application, test for the complete application. So that is the new application. Or we have already done the performance testing before, but there are some enhancement like new functionality is added. Okay. Or the servers are migrated, or there are hardware changes or the software changes. So there might be many more reasons that we do performance testing for, but these are some of the basic I have mentioned, that whether your application is new or you have done performance testing before, but there are some enhancement, okay, or the servers are migrated. So depending on that, you need to decide the type of performance test you are going to do. So as we have seen in types of performance testing, we can go for load testing, we can go for stress testing, we can go for endurance testing, we can go for volume testing, we can go for spike testing. Okay? But how do we decide the type of performance test we are going to perform? Say suppose users say, okay, I want to test this web tour application with peak load of say 50 users. Then if the client says peak load of 50 users, V users, then we are going to perform load test. Then if he says he wants to measure breaking point of the application of the web tools, say web tools, okay, then here we need to perform stress test. So team, remember, like whatever types of performance testing we have gone through, those type of performance tests we like cannot will not be able to repeat for each and every project. We have to identify, depending on our requirement, actually what type of performance test we need to do. Okay, we don't need to do all type of performance test in all type of project we go for. Okay, so next, so here you can see question column is there and response. So here the response from the client would be coming in. So we send this particular document to the client and then we get the response from the client. Okay. Is the benchmark available for the existing application? Like say, is already performance testing done for the application? If yes, benchmark means suppose they have done the performance testing. I'm taking an example of say suppose right now the login business transaction, okay, for web tools. So what we do, we launch the application. So this is your say first transaction, launch transaction. We enter the credentials and click on sign in button. So this is your sign in transaction, you can say. What does transaction means? I will let you know, team. And then sign out, okay. Sign out transaction. Transaction, you can say, is set of activity or action, okay. Now you have three transactions and suppose you have done performance testing in your previous release. So you must have some benchmark. Say suppose launch transaction, sorry, is taking less than 5 seconds response time. Okay, response time is the time taken to get the response from the server. Okay, whenever you post a request, from that particular time to the time we get response from the server, that is your response time. Okay, so for every transaction you have some value. Okay, say less than 5 seconds and sign out transaction is less than 5 seconds. Okay, this is your benchmark, you can say. Okay, so here according to it you can, the client will answer, is the benchmark available? No, this is a new application, so there are no benchmark right now available. application environment details, like for which environment we are going to do the performance testing, QA, dev, UAT, production. So you can say depending, say this is the UAT environment, and then you can mention it. I will just UAT environment, and then you can mention your URL of the application. So we will just copy paste this. Sorry. Okay. So here I will just mention not production user load testing. You can just mention user load testing. Okay. Then is application available for testing? Is your functional testing, manual testing completed? Is your application stable? Or if any issues are there, please note it down. Okay. So this application is stable enough to go for performance testing. So the client will just mention yes. And if there are issues like certain functionality is not working, say suppose a flight date is not changing. Say suppose this is the problem. So we should ask the client first fix this problem, and then only we are going to do the performance testing. Because why? We should be having a realistic data. Okay. All say suppose users who are booking the flight will book for different dates, not the same date. So definitely if such kind of issue is there, you should ask the client to fix it. Please provide the project timeline. Specify the test window. Like the whatever the execution that needs to be done, specify the test window. Sometimes what happens, team? Your environment on which you are doing the performance testing is shared by many people. So some might be using that environment for manual testing, some might be using for automation testing, and some might be using for performance testing. But when we do the execution and if some activity is going on your server, so that is going to affect your performance of the application. So we should always see whenever we do performance testing on the environment, nobody else should use that particular environment. Okay, team? Then next is the test environment shared, dedicated, as I have already mentioned it? If no, provide the time window to conduct the performance testing activities. Okay. What limitations exist on the execution times, hours of day? Will there be any limitation on the connectivity of the application? So I will just highlight these things. So this particular thing, the highlighted question, just a second. This will come into picture only when your environment is shared. If you have dedicated environment, then no need to worry of the timeline, the execution time, or provide the time window for doing performance testing activity. You don't need to worry about that if it is a dedicated performance testing environment. Okay. Is the test environment in line with the production environment? How does it like affect? Say suppose production, say suppose I will just mention, since this is your performance testing environment, it has say 2 servers, say suppose, and your production environment has say 6 servers. So you can see it here. There are 4 more servers on the production environments. So it is not the same. It is not in line with your test environment, with your performance testing environment. So you should always tell your client, okay, that even if it is not exact to your production environment, it should be close to your production environment. Instead of 6 server, if 4 servers are also there in your performance testing environment, then it's fine. But if two in your performance testing environment and 6 in your production environment, no, the results will be differing. Okay, so you should always cross check this particular thing. If not, please list the details in server hardware software details. So whatever differences are there, say suppose in both the environments, the client will list out here. Okay. Application communication protocol. Which protocol is used to communicate with the server? Here we have only web HTTP protocol. Okay, used for the application. You can see most of the browser-based application HTTP will be using web HTTP HTML protocol. Okay. Production target user load. You can total number of users accessing the application. Concurrent users. Concurrent means at a time, say 100 users are doing some or the other activity on that particular application. And peak user. Peak users means, I will just open Paint. Okay, say suppose this is the test. You can say here number of users, time duration. So say suppose normal expected utilization is this. This is your like daily normal expected utilization. We have covered this in the type of performance testing, but I'm just mentioning to understand the peak load condition. Normal expected utilization. Okay. Now, say this is the end of the month, 31st. Okay. Around 9 to 10 a.m. say suppose the salary gets credited to the employee's account. So most of the users would be checking their account at that particular time. So what it does, users increase, but at a particular time there is lot of load, say 9 to 10 a.m. because they need to check the salary or salary gets credited to their account. So this is, you can say, your peak load condition. Okay. Then again to the normal. Peak load. So at a particular time, like that is your busiest hour, you can say, where in all the accounts the salary gets credited. Or in terms of say Web2's application, flight booking, say during Christmas, we want to go on vacation. So before that, like we would be seeing lot of rush. Okay. So that in that particular time, that you can say it's a peak load. Then application logs available, that is for workload calculation if user load is not available. So what is now workload calculation? Okay, we have mentioned right now only one business scenario, but I will just mention 2-3 business scenario. Login. This is the scenario, business scenario you can say, okay, or test case in terms of manual testing. Business scenario. Login, booking flight, and just checking itinerary, like what you have booked. So this is your business scenario. I will just mention BS. Now you want to run your application with say 50 users, V user load. So it's not like that 50 would be equally divided among these 3 business scenario. No, it depends on the criticality of the application. Like the client must be aware of, okay, this particular business transaction will be used more than this particular transaction. Say suppose login 30, login like all users will be doing. So I will just cancel it out. I will just mention 2 here. So say suppose 30 users, this is a critical because all users would be booking the flight. Say 30 users, V users, and 20 users are just checking the itinerary. So but if then the client wants equal distribution, you can just mention 25-25. So this is provided, this is called as workload model, the distribution of users among the business scenarios. So this is usually provided by the client, but then if it is not provided, logs can be asked for from the client to just like see how the business scenarios are being used by the users. In logs, you will not get the exact number of users using the scenarios, but you will get an idea, okay, how much these scenarios are being used, okay. Then performance goal, either they have provided the response time, transaction per hour, how many transactions has been done for hour. Then next is user distribution load, like say suppose the Web2's application is used globally from USA, Europe and Asia. So if all the users are from this particular region, how the user distribution is going to happen, okay. Then application scenario requires performance testing. So as we have right now mentioned, the application scenarios, booking flight and checking itinerary. This is our business transaction. So we have identified, list the scenarios. Please attach separate sheet for detailed navigation flow of functionality. Provide test case is if available. Like the client will provide in detail how this business scenarios are being done, because we need to record this particular scenarios through load runner or JMeter, whatever tool we are using, okay. Provide transaction mix for the test scenario. Like say suppose here we give the percentage wise, 10% users will be logging. So instead of the number of users that we have seen in the workload model, they will give us the percentage wise, that out of 50 users, 10% users, V users using the booking flight, and say 20% V users using the checking itinerary. Okay, so all this instead of number they will provide, the client will provide as the percentage. Any back-end batch process, dependent process required to be run during the test? If yes, provide details about the impact on the feature access resource who will be executing the process. Like when we do the execution of say this particular application, are there any other background processes run? If yes, then the client will provide the detail that who will be running or what's our impact on the particular performance testing execution. Okay. So this is one and the same. Is the batch process is a part of performance testing? So whether they are run or not, it's here it's mentioned no. Caching implemented. If yes, whether it's a client side or a server side. Like caching. So the client will specify how it is, whether its caching is there or not, and how it is implemented. Okay. Uh, Here one again the same. Will the server side caching be turned off on the server during the testing? Like how it will be, the realistic, or they will turn off the caching? Because in real the caching is there so that whenever the repeated users use the application, they will experience the faster, because already the data is in the cache and it will pick up the data from the cache itself. Okay. Sorry. How user session managed by the application? Do we need unique user ID to emulate multiple user scenario? Like for this particular web tools application, whether we suppose we are running with say 50 V users, so we need 50 unique ID or just 10 IDs which will be logging in multiple times. Okay, 50 distinct, sorry, 50 V user ID, unique, or 10 user ID can do multiple logins. Okay, so this is how like this can be identified. So client will be able to answer all this question because we are new to the application, we don't know anything. So these are the necessary questions that we ask to the client for understanding of the application. Okay. Sorry, you can just skip what are the client side components. Like are there any client side component that needs to be installed for accessing the application? Okay. Then next is the test data in the test environment identical to the production team? Test data is very important. Okay, because we need to use the realistic data, because then only we will get the perfect result, we will get the proper result. Otherwise, if we don't use a realistic kind of data, we are not going to get the accurate results. Okay. So test data is very important. Either we need to prepare the test data or the client will provide us the test data. Test data example means here what I mean by test data. Test data means either the user ID or flight details, or if we create the user then user details. So all these are the test data and they will differ, all will be different with respect to the different application. Okay, all will be different for different application. So this will vary from application to application, so you need to identify proper test data. Okay. Then does database Data needs to be restored before every test run. If yes, please provide team who will assist us in activity. Say suppose you don't have much time to create data. Okay, you have limited data, and what it happens, like say suppose 50 users are running, they are using the data and it is being used, like we cannot reuse the data for the next execution. So what we do in that case, we need to restore the database so that the same data can be used for the next execution. Okay. Then application access detail, provide the login credentials, process to access the application. So what is the URL, what are the user login details? Okay. Next is, are the application accessible from the offshore? If we are doing the project from the offshore, like do we need to do any settings or we can directly access the application? Sometimes team, what happens, we need to get the IP address entry into the file. Okay, so then only we can like access the application. So all these things you should keep in mind before starting your like say scripting phase, because all these things needs to be clarified before we even prepare test plan, so that we should have all the data available related to application available in our hand. Okay, do we get access to the application directly, or do we need to access the application using the Citrix terminal client service, or others? Please specify. So are we going to use anything to access the application or directly by URL, just we are in case like accessing the web tools application? Okay, next is application knowledge. How does the application functional knowledge training is conducted? Okay, when we identify the business scenarios or the client gives us the business scenario, it's necessary that we go through each and every scenario in detail, like what are the steps performed, because here we need to understand the data that is being used by each and every business scenario. Okay, so in that, like we should also understand how the application knowledge is being imparted to the team member, whether it's through online or webex or like GoToMeeting, or your team is sitting next to the application team, then you go just to their place to get the knowledge. So this is how, like there are different things regarding the application knowledge. Next is, will the functional testing be completed before the performance testing begins? Yes. Answer is yes, it needs to be completed. Otherwise, we cannot proceed with the performance testing, because we need a stable application. Okay. Client is having any tool license with the required number of virtual users. Okay, if we are going to use the load runner tool, we would be requiring the license for running, for doing the execution. So we are asking this particular question. This thing is taken care by the higher management, but just for our reference, we are just putting the question. Okay. Teams need to be notified before after performance test execution or any system errors. Like if anyone is during execution is monitoring the servers, the database server, app server, web server. So does they needs to be notified that our execution is done and just give us the results, like the statistics of their observations from the servers. So this is about, you can say, the general requirement of our application. Okay. Then next is architecture, okay, architecture wise, okay, like we can understand in performance testing we focus on like the architecture diagram, how the requests are flowing from servers to server. Because what happens, suppose if there is an issue and we are monitoring our application, we might be able to answer, okay, the request is flowing from this server to this server, but in actual it is not happening. So we might be able to pinpoint the issue. So just not much in detail, but we should have a brief about the architecture diagram. Can we get a brief on the architecture from the concern team? Next is, are there any known network limitation on the bandwidth available to the application? Please provide details on the bandwidth used by the end user. The bandwidth should be maximum, okay? So that there would be no issue in your network and accessing the application. Is the is the server load balanced? If yes, we need to test the load balance network as well as the individual server, or just if we want to test the individual server, provide the individual server IP to access the application. Now team, we have already seen load balance in the earlier session, but I am just repeating. I will just open a new. Okay. Now say this is a Web2 application and internally there are two servers. We are not knowing actually. These are the load, just mention it. Okay. So what this user is just putting, accessing the application, and then this particular application internally like send a request to any one of the server. Okay. Any one of the servers. Say now we want to run with, say right now currently 20 V users and 30 V users are already running. Okay, user is putting 10 V user more load on the application. So internally this particular application, internally this particular, the Web2 application will decide to which server it will redirect the traffic. So this particular server is already having the less traffic, so the 10 users will be added to this particular server. So this is known as load balancing. Okay. Next is server software hardware details. This is not that much important, but just to, like, if we are monitoring our servers, we should understand like how many types of server are there, number of server type, then system access provided, how many CPU box are used, how much memory is allocated. So whatever the test environment that we are using and the production environment. Okay. So this is related to web server, application server, database server. Okay, so not much important, yeah, but just to our understanding, how many servers are there and what is the CPU, memory, operating system used by the server. Okay. Last is the monitor resource. Say suppose if we are accessing, if we are monitoring the application, so we will just go through, can we monitor the system resource metrics during the performance testing? If yes, provide details related to access tools, system resources, database resource monitoring, application deployment solution. Okay. And say suppose if we are not doing the monitoring, then please provide the details of the team who will monitor the server and provide us a log. Developer, system administrator, network administrator, DBA, others. Okay. So these are the monitor resources that we like might be thinking whether we are monitoring our application or not. Okay, so depending on that, we will decide, the client will decide whether they will provide us the user access or their team would be monitoring. So this is related to the requirement gathering template. So that's it, team, from my side. Please let me know if you have any questions. Just let me know. Hello, team. Any questions? No questions? Everyone understood? Please let me know, team. Okay. Last thing I couldn't ask about live project. Yes. See, once last meeting I couldn't ask about the live project, what we would cover actually. See, first of all, we will go through the performance testing training using Load Runner and JMeter, and then live project will start, which you will be getting hands-on, and you will be doing all the things right from the requirement gathering, scripting, execution and reporting. Okay, I would be helping you out in the project if you are stuck anywhere. So that would be totally hands-on for you. Okay. I hope everyone is clear with today's session. How can we know application environment details, QA? It would be provided by the client. Okay. You don't need to worry about. Just like whenever a testing project comes, the client will tell us, okay, this is the environment you need to do performance testing on. Okay, great. Can you send the requirement gathering document? Yes, team. It will be uploaded in the site so you can access the document. Definitely you will be getting those documents. I hope like everyone is cleared the like whatever things we have covered in the two sessions, day one and day two. If anyone has doubt, let me know. When will the other sessions cover test execution? Yeah, that will be going stage wise. First of all, we are going to do requirement gathering. Then as like I have gone through this particular, the requirement, just a second. The performance testing phase, you can see we are going to go through each of them: requirement gathering, test planning, then we go for scripting, and then execution will come. Okay, do we need to register for it as well? Yes, I am going to tell you that only, team. See, now from like 25th August, only those members who are like registering for this particular training will be able to attend. So please do the registration if you want to attend the training, so that you will get to know everything about the performance testing and getting the hands-on. Yeah, it would be paid. So you need to ask the team who are there for the registration. You can get the more information from the site as well as the team members. Okay, so please do the registration, because from 25th it would be the only those participants who have registered for the training. Okay, so whoever needs to attend, please go ahead with the registration. Anything? How many class in a week? Yeah, it would be like 5 days. Saturday and Sunday won't be the class, 5 days a week. Okay, 1 hour daily. Anything else, team? I think, I hope I answered your questions. Is the next session on 25th? No, 23rd is the session. That would be again the free session, but from 25th it would be only those members who have registered. 23rd, 23rd is the session. There is a session 23rd. Okay. I was just talking about the registration. Oh, I am in USA. How's the opening for performance testing? Okay, that's good question. Actually, on that day I have showed you. I will just show you again the jobs that uh, are for performance testing in US. I will just show you. So you will be able to know, okay, how performance testing is the hot cake in the market. Okay. Yeah, no worries. I will just show you. Not a problem. It's okay. You can see it here. I will just mention the city right now. Say New York. You can see it here. 4286 jobs. You can see it here. So don't, you can say performance testing is a hot cake in the market, and it is always going to remain. Okay, it's not like that, because see, these days you client focus more on quality than just they want to do the things. Okay, so performance testing is there for each and every application the client needs to test for. Okay, does it answer your question? Great, thank you. Anything else, team? I think everyone we are done with. So we will stop here, and tomorrow there is a session. Okay? Okay, just a second. There is one question. Do we have assignments? Yeah. Uh, Once the project will start, like you will be only doing the things. I would be just guiding, and you as a team would be performing the activity. Okay. Not during the training, like I will tell you how to install the load runner, and then after the session you can practice at your end as well. So you will be able to practice it. Okay. Any more questions, team? Will the time remain the same? Yes, it would be the same. Same timing. Yeah, yeah. Any more questions, team? Okay. Okay, great. Thank you so much for your time. Tomorrow we will be having the session. Okay? Yeah.